Well, hello there, and welcome to this month's issue of The Goods. We are in September. We've hit spring. We've hit the warmer weather. It's incredibly beautiful outside, and good for training for those of you who are doing the bike rides with us in 2025. We've had a really busy week with our Future of Leadership event up in Brisbane. Amazing day, beautiful. So good to see all of our community. Some of our riders were there, and huge thanks to our volunteers, our team, and of course our speakers who all donated their time and just put on such a cracking event. 250 people in the room, another platform for us to be able to talk about hands and to share the amazing work that we do. So big tick for us, and really stoked to get that one off this week. In other news, we attended a Father's Day breakfast on Wednesday, and that was hosted by two of our riders, Brad and John from the Digital Live Ride. And it's really awesome to see the different types of events and different fundraising initiatives that our riders are doing to raise their funds for the rides next year. We've got 5 rides locked in between January and July, so there'd have to be. I reckon there's probably about 250 riders that we'll have on the road next year, and so they're all gearing up and starting to do their fundraising, which it's always an exciting time to see all that coming in. News from our homes. Look, there's always stories, and always beautiful stories coming in from the homes. Down at Bantham Nam Chai, so game this week. We welcomed in a 1-year-old. Her name's Annie, and her father has passed away, and her mother is unfortunately unable to take care of her. So the government's been in contact with Game, and fortunately there's capacity and there's opportunity for her to come in and stay and be part of the Bantham Nam Chai family. So of course, as we always do, we welcome these beautiful little kids with open arms and open our hearts, and another one that we are committed to building a brighter future for. So big love and welcome to Annie from all of us in the Hands community. Up at Home Hug, we've got, I had a beautiful message from Mayfield this week. So Tong Kla, who some of you might be following along his journey, he came to us in 2020, and he was born premature, and the doctors basically gave him days to live. Now, fast forward, what are we now, 4 years, and he's still fighting fit. He's a little warrior. He's absolute champion. But he does have some developmental issues. He does have some issues with his legs, and so walking has been a bit tricky for him to get a grasp on. But Mayfield, being Mayfield, she's always thinking about different creative ideas to be able to help the kids, and so Tonkla has gone from like a little chair type contraption to help him walk to almost like a grown-up size walker. That is assisting him, and you'll see that here in the video. He's just such a little champion, and such a heart of gold, big smile. He's just beautiful. So just another milestone, and another one that we celebrate when the kids take these steps forward, literally. So what's happening here at Hands? Well, we've got our Night of Celebration events coming up in October, which I'm super excited about. We are heading back to Melbourne after a 5-year break from Melbourne. Thank you, COVID. And then we head over to Auckland to be part of their Night of Celebration event as well. So put the date in your diary, 19th of October in Melbourne and the 22nd of October down in Auckland. And those of you in the community who want to come along, want to hear an update on where things are going with Hands, Peter will be there, and it will really will be a beautiful night. So hope to see you there. In other news, another exciting milestone reached this week. We hit the 25% mark of our fundraising goal for the Run to Remember. So we are now at $250,000 raised towards the $1 million goal that Pete has set for the run. And for those that don't know, Pete has taken on the epic challenge of running 1,400 kilometers from Ban Home Hug down to Bantham Nam Chai in December. So there's a lot of planning that's going on for that. There's a lot of training, and of course there's a lot of asking and, you know, going out to our community, going out to, you know, new sponsors up in Thailand, here in Australia, and asking for their support. So you know, anything you can do to support us, we would be so appreciative. And to give you a little bit of an insight into our why, into the run, check out this amazing video that our very good friend JD has just produced for us, which gives you just a tiny inkling into what the run in December is going to be like.
When we embrace the opportunity to do something for someone else, we're opening ourselves up to receive such a gift.
Giving them the right pathways to be able to make their own choices is what success looks like for us. We haven't done our job if the next generation are coming back into our home. Sao represents success for us at Hands. She's gone on to have a family of her own, and she's financially able to be able to support her child. Run to Remember is a movement that will bounce us into this next phase of growth for the kids. It will set us up with the funding to be able to create better future pathways, education programs, and opportunities that will give these kids a bright future.
So Pete's going to be running 1,400 kilometres, 60 kilometres every single day. It's a huge feat for someone to run just one marathon in their life. The biggest thing's going to be the heat and humidity.
The biggest fear I have is something preventing me from finishing it and then letting people down. Part of the responsibility that I feel is honouring those who have got behind me.
I think it is the biggest task he's ever taken on, and it might be the biggest challenge he will ever take on.
Any experience is best shared. The only thing that makes it a shared experience better is having those that mean the most to you present. I just feel, you know, so humbled that people are getting behind this. The last 20 years with Hands has been food for my soul.
Pretty epic, hey? It's going to be a challenge, but you know, there's one thing, as I say in there, you know, it is quite possibly going to be the biggest challenge of Pete's life, and yeah, there's a lot for us to do between now and the 1st of December. We are now, you know, less than 100 days. We're in that 3-month zone where, you know, everything just has to start happening now. So look, if you're really keen to get involved, one of the really great ways you can get involved is you can sponsor one of Pete's kilometers, and you know, for a $100 donation, you can help him towards his $1 million goal. But you also go in the draw to win $5,000. So it's pretty cool. You might be able to go into Christmas with $5,000 to spend on presents and food and all the fun stuff as we hit those festive times. So would really love your support. Throw up a QR code. You can just scan that, jump online, and yeah, get behind Pete. It's pretty epic, and it's going to be a big journey come December. So that's about it from me for the month. There's plenty more in this month's newsletter. We always like to feed so much information about what's happening in the homes, how you can get involved, and just keep you up to date on all things hands. So enjoy, for those of you in Australia and appreciating this warmer weather, enjoy. It certainly is a beautiful time to get out on your bike if you're training for a ride, and yeah, just beautiful time of year in general. So take care, and I will check in again next month.